listening to pause. We pause for a second or two. This is episode 78, Smart Many Things. A phone used to be a phone. Now, most phones are smart phones. A phone and a smartphone are not the same thing. On a phone, we get in touch with each other. You and I, we can call each other and talk. There is you, and there is me. A smartphone we can use a smartphone. You can call me using your smartphone, and I can answer on my smartphone. But there is not only you and me. There is also a third party. A smartphone is connected to the internet, and the smartphone is a computer with software, digital software. And this digital software is remotely controlled in real time. The software of our smartphones is controlled remotely by a group of people. This group of people is invisible to you and me. We do not know who they are. But this group of people is a real group of people. There are real people. There are real specific people with names and lives of their own. And they can remotely control your smartphone and my smartphone. Today's episode is called Smart Many Things. And today we will talk about that more things than our phones are now being turned into smart versions of themselves. And smart, just to make a definition here before we move on. Smart means when something is remotely controlled by a group of people, invisible to the user of the thing. Today we will talk about some of the things that are being turned into smart versions, remotely controlled or remote controlled versions of themselves. And we will talk about the examples that are the most talked about right now, the most urgent things. Right now, cars are being turned into smart cars. Right now, homes are turned into smart homes. Right now, contracts between people are turned into smart contracts. Right now, factories are turned into smart factories. Right now, farming is turned into smart farming. And right now, cities are turned into smart cities. Today, we will talk about these different examples of things, big or really big, being turned into smart versions of themselves. And we will talk about what they have in common. When I drive my car, I can go to you and I can pick you up. And you and I can sit in my car, we can talk, and we can go wherever we want to. Our car is this sort of space where it's you and me. And we can go to whoever we want. And we can pick them up, drop someone off. A car is a source of great freedom. And knowing that I am in control of this car is a great feeling. It makes me feel in charge of my life. I can choose where to go and when to go there. I can choose, and no one can stop me. My home is my home. Do we need to say anything more than that? Our contracts, the contracts we establish between each other, they are a symbol and proof of something you want and I want. And having written this contract, we have agreed on something binding between the two of us. Factories. Our factories are the places where many of us make our living. Our factories are the places where we produce the things we need in order to live together. Our factories are meeting grounds for people. They are the space where many people spend their days, live their lives, hours upon hours, sometimes most of their waking time. Our farming, it is where we grow our food. And growing our food, we know that we don't have to go hungry. And not knowing if we are in charge of our food or not is very scary. Our cities. Our cities are like our factories, but even more. Our cities are where we live, where we spend our days, where we feel things, where we are nervous, where we are sure of ourselves, where we make plans, where we have fun, where we experience things. All of these examples that we are talking about today, these are also the common examples being discussed frequently right now. So in summary, phones, cars, homes, contracts, factories, farming, and cities. 7 examples. Lucky 7. These 7 examples all have in common that they are the places where you and me live our lives together. They are the building blocks of our relationship to one another. And if you and me were to be exclusively in charge of these 7, we would feel empowered, we would feel safe, we would feel settled, we would feel like we have many options, many opportunities. And now, to a lesser or greater extent, these 7 spaces or these 7 parts of our relationship, you and me, is being turned into what is called smart versions. And let's go back to our definition of smart. Something smart is a thing, something that is remote controlled by a group of people who are invisible to the user of the thing. So when you and I are talking on our smartphones, there is you and there is me. And there is also this invisible group of people remote controlling our phones. When you and me are driving in our car, there is you and there is me, and there is this group of people who remote control our car if they want to. When you and me are at our house, at our home, there is you and there is me, and there is this group of people who can remote control different functions in our home. When you and me write up a contract, there is you, there is me, and there is a group of people who can remote control this contract. When you and me work at a factory, there is you, there is me, and there is a group of people who can remote control the factory we are working in. When you and me farm our food, when we grow our food, there is you, there is me, And there is a group of people who can remote control our farm. And when we live our lives in our city, there is you and there is me. And there is a group of people, invisible group of people, who can control, remote control, what happens in our city. This is what smart means. Everything that is turned into smart loses its autonomy. That is what smart means. And everything we do when we are autonomous feels completely different from something we do under supervision or under remote control. They are not the same at all. They are completely different. They are completely different things. Today, we have talked about 7 things, 7 spaces, 7 aspects of our lives that are being turned into remote controlled versions of themselves by invisible groups of people. And with these 7 things, we have lost some of our autonomy. You could argue that we have lost much of our autonomy. And whenever a person loses autonomy, it does not feel good. It feels terrible. And going forward, it is very important that we notice the pattern. The Polaroid for today's episode is universal skill patterns. It is very important that we notice the patterns of what things and what areas of our lives that are being turned into smart versions of itself. And today we have recognized one such pattern, that anything that is turned into smart loses its autonomy. We lose our autonomy when using this thing, be it our phone or our factory. We lose our autonomy. And there are many more aspects of what turning a thing into a smart version of itself does to the thing in itself. And that is something we can discuss more. But the important thing to carry with us going forward is that we need to be attentive to what this change into this smart version of things really does to our lives. Because regardless if we acknowledge the change or not, we will feel the change. If I take away your autonomy, you will feel that, whether or not you explicitly think about your lost autonomy. You will feel it. And we are the same, all of us. That's it for today. Thank you.